Hello and welcome here on the TUNZE YouTube channel. We are still here at TUNZE USA. Next to me we have Roger Whitco, who is the man behind TUNZE USA. The man that if you ever have a problem, can always call. And as I said in the previous videos, our products are premium and a premium product needs a good service, and the good service is next to me. So in this video you will see how your product is treated if you send it to the support team of TUNZE USA.
Today we're working on an osmolator. This is an older one. This product was manufactured August of 2016. You can see here. The customer's complaint is that the optic sensor sometimes overfills. I've already done a diagnostic test on it, and I can tell that the optic sensor, the reading is higher than normal, and in the right circumstances this could lead to overfilling. I explained to him that it would be possible to calibrate around this, but like he said, it's 9 years old. He's already sent it, changed the optic sensor and update everything. Normally, if you have a newer unit, if it's less than a couple of years old, you can simply write to me. We'd send you a new optic sensor under warranty. New products, there's a serial number tag. It's on the cable the pump connects to. I would need the serial number and a copy of the receipt, and we're able to send you the part you need. In this case, and I should back up, that normally an optic sensor failure, the symptom is the water level's low. You verified the sensor is shiny clean because calcium deposits are the main cause of sensor issues, and then you just need to soak it in vinegar for about 30 to 60 minutes. Wipe it off with a soft towel and you should be all set. But if the sensor truly has failed, if it's clean, if you've ruled out that there's an infrared light source, since these work on infrared, and infrared light sources will typically be other optic sensors or grow light spectrum lighting, then we would say, if you have a green light, water's below the sensor has failed and needs to be replaced. If it's older than 2 years but still has a serial number tag, you can replace that yourself. But in this case, we're working with one that's quite a bit older. There were some technical changes, and so a few things need to be done. We will open the controller first. Then we need to remove the circuit board. The optic sensor, as you can see, simply unplugs. And since we'll be removing the old one, we can go ahead and get this out of our way. One reason I like the Osmolator 3 more, you don't have this spaghetti. The main step we have to do, the optic sensor, and the reason for this is LEDs are always improving in efficiency. So the manufacturer of these LEDs inside, they're more efficient now. And essentially this light will be too intense, it will burn out quicker, and it will also be too strong of a signal. So we have to change this resistor right here to a stronger one. This is the old one, it's larger, but it's actually a weaker resistance. We have to heat up the solder on these pads so both sides are melted. And we position the new one. I do this by hand, but I know a lot of people use tweezers. Unfortunately, with all the magnets I work with, the tweezers get magnetized, and then it becomes even more difficult than doing it by hand. I guess we can go ahead and get some solder. Okay. Okay. That part's done. Now we put on the new optic sensor, and this computer, the battery it's warning me the battery could blow up any day.
Yeah.
So we connect the diagnostic cable, we give it power. One thing I do is I always put a clothespin on the float. That way I don't have to listen to the alarm while I'm working.
Sounds like you did this a couple of times.
A lot of times. This and water damage repairs are probably the most common repairs. But you can see we have a good base. We've got 5,000 millivolts. That's a perfect reading when the sensor is dry. Then if we dip the sensor in water, we want to be at 100 or less, and we're there at 50, okay. And the sensor is brand new, so it has a little bit of oily film. We've got a good response time. When we take it out of the water, it quickly goes up. So technically everything's good with this repair. Now we need to update the settings. Older was 800 millivolts. This needs to be adjusted higher. On these older ones, I like to use 1200 millivolts as my switching point. This should be 3700. These are the test results. 2450. And all our timing settings are correct, so we're not going to change those. Unplug it. Then we go back in. Then we simply verify that all the settings took. There we are. So everything took, everything's loaded. You can see that this unit, the pump ran 9,964 minutes in this time frame it was alive. So it's seen its use. Now we just have to reassemble it. Very few things need to come in. Most things we can troubleshoot and send the part. I would say the most common repair I get is water damage to an osmolator, and almost always that's with these older 3155 osmolators. The power supply tip lands in the sump or in a puddle. Customer plugs it in wet. Now salt water's gotten under the board. It's not planned obsolescence. I've had people, you know, it's so little damage. It's a safety system that detects any sort of short on the board. If a short's detected, that could defeat the sensors, and then you could have a catastrophic failure. So it just refuses to run. Then this optic sensor repair is fairly common, but increasingly less so, because now you can repair this yourself. As Felix can tell you, this was one of the main, when we came out with the Osmolator 3s, it was, okay, these are the most common problems we have. If we can eliminate the risk of water damage and upgrade everything to where these repairs, you don't have to do them anymore, it's better for everybody. You know, the pump is so much improved over this old pump. You can disassemble it, clean it, rebuild it. Almost always, if there's a pump error code, it's that there's something jammed in the pump. Occasionally I see a customer that tries to use multiple extension cables, and there's a limit because it's a two-way data transfer between the driver and the controller and the pump. So you can't use more than 2 cables. The majority, when I see pump problems, almost universally, it's neglect. It's interesting to me because I have people that tell me, oh, well, I bought what I thought was the Mercedes. I thought it's forever. And it's like, yeah, it is, but you wouldn't buy a Mercedes and not change the oil. You have to do the maintenance. It's a necessity. And a lot of times on our products, tolerances tend to be tighter than on most brands, because that's one of the keys to getting efficiency and low noise. If you build a lot of slop into a product, yeah, it can run. It's kind of like, you know, Americans that are really into guns. One thing, AK-47 versus the AR-15 platform. The AK-47 is almost indestructible. You can throw it through sand, you can get mud on it, it'll still fire, but it's only because there's so much free space and slop that it can take anything, but it's also much less precise. So if you want a precise device, it has to have tight tolerances. You have to take care of it. So this is truly one of the things that I love about our brand. I'll be honest, I don't necessarily love piles of repairs, but this is rare. You know, a lot of times people ask me, how can you be the only one at this company? You handle all the distribution, you handle everything. I have Bruce now, which I'm very fortunate for, but I maybe see a few repairs in a week, most weeks. Occasionally, there's a little bit of a surge, especially after a video like this. Oh, I can get something repaired. From a lifetime of using products myself, what I really value is that I can repair something. At home, I have a steel chainsaw. It was actually one of the last ones made in Germany. Now most of the ones you can buy in America are made in the US factory. But I bought it in 2007. I can still repair it. It still works. And it's a wonderful product. And, you know, to be able to spend $50 to fix a chainsaw that now would be $800 is a real savings and something that's really valuable. Here, this customer is going to spend $25.79 plus postage to get this repaired, and he's saving himself a lot of money. And it's not only the money saved, this doesn't end up in the trash. And so that's really important to me, and I think that stuff like this makes everything better. You know, a lot of times I look at the world and I see, you know, how is it that a car from 1950 still works, but a car from 2010 is being crushed? Building things so they can be repaired and that's the goal is, I think, a very important step in making humanity better. This repair arrived yesterday, and that is typically the speed repairs are done. Usually within 1 or 2 days I have them finished. I started my own YouTube channel, TUNZE Tech Tips. I'm going to be honest, they're not the flashiest videos. They're me generally sitting in front of my laptop or my iPhone camera, just explaining basic repairs. I'm trying to build up a library that end users can go to and find the most common repairs. You know, I'm not particularly polished, and I don't try to make the videos with a very high quality. It's just simply getting the information out there. And I plan to keep building that library up. I'm trying to get 1 to 2 videos out every month and eventually cover every product we make. But if you need some support, you're always welcome to write me. You can call as well. I will say if you call, you can see a lot of times I'm out in the warehouse, I'm packing orders, I'm working on repairs. I can't always get to the phone, but I do always call people back. Email is generally preferred for that reason, but if you leave me a message, I will call you. tunze@sbcglobal.net.
So as we have seen, Roger is a great guy who knows a lot about our products. I'm super proud of working with him. I'm super proud that he is there for you. Actually, it makes me, I have my goosebump moments, really. I really want to emphasize that we want to manufacture products that last long, that help you, that make our hobby enjoyable, that you don't have trouble with our products, and even if there is a malfunction after years, or maybe sooner, we are there for you. Roger is there for you. Our business is not about selling as much as possible. Our business is about being sustainable and making great products for you. If you are interested in repairing the products yourself, or if you're, confused or need a little assistant, we are going to link Roger's TUNZE Tech Tips YouTube channel down in the video description. As you have heard, Roger is building up the library more and more, and very likely if you have any problem, there is a video for you out there. Our journey has just started, so stay tuned. In the next weeks we're going to bring you more content about TUNZE USA, the US customers, a US show. I'm very excited. So stay tuned and see you.